And just wondering, what about bonsai? Is it too complicated for beginners?
I usually, the thing with bonsai is defined as a woody plant, so it actually needs much stronger light than a lot of your average terrarium plants. So I wouldn't recommend keeping bonsai indoors unless you have a light source that can provide over 1,000 foot candles. What happens when you don't provide enough light for your bonsai is over time they will drop leaves, and then after a while it might look a bit pathetic lah, because initially from like 50 leaves you're left with 5.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, if you keep your bonsai terrarium indoors, you do need a strong light source.
Okay. So they're generally not so suitable for terrariums, right? Compared to like just growing outdoors as like normal plants.
Yeah, easiest grown outdoors. So
Hmm.
I categorize them as a woody plant. Any plant that has a, because plants there are two general types. There's plants with soft bodies, like the Phytonias that I'm using. Botanically, they're called herbaceous lah. Plants that have soft bodies. Plants that have hard bodies, like bonsai, which are actually small trees, or
Hmm.
shrubs, or anything that has a wooden stem, actually need more light because it takes more energy to create that hard wood.
Hmm.
And if you keep them indoors, you usually have to supplement the light. So they are not beginner plants for terrariums in the sense that they need a lot more light, and a lot of beginners who do not sit through this lecture that you have just sat through might not understand that requirement.
Hmm.
So yeah, I would not recommend bonsai without light, as well as carnivorous plants
Okay.
and yeah, and succulents. They all need to be outdoors.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
So what you guys said through, right, is actually the kind of things that I regrettably are unable to explain in detail during a standard workshop. So I actually don't call my classes workshops anymore. They are classes because a lot of this information that needs to be communicated, I have no time to do it in a workshop where we only give planting tips. Things like this, your woody plants or your succulents, carnivorous plants, and woody plants, which people do in workshops and just give out in terrarium projects without explaining that they need a lot of light. People don't have the understanding to keep them long term. So your woody plants do need direct sunlight levels of light. So bonsai falls under this category. So if we are using any of these plants, succulents, carnivorous plants, or woody plants, indoors, we do need, it's best to supplement with some kind of lighting that can provide minimum 1,000 foot candles. And a lot of these final details is a bit hard to get across in just a 2-hour workshop without a lecture.
Thank you.
And I speak from personal experience lah, because I used to do bonsai terrariums, and over time I observed them in various scenarios. The ones that get direct sun do grow very full and lush and full of leaves lah. But every bonsai terrarium that I've ever made in a workshop, kept in my studio, or sold to a client without artificial light will eventually die over a period of 6 months.